Good morning, my friends, and welcome to Kurt Bergland's Baseball World. And I hope you are having a happy holiday, wherever you may be. Today, two videos are going to premiere on my channel, just in case you're not having a happy holiday and you want to keep the mind a little bit more occupado. So we're doing a game this morning and coming back with a game tonight. Tonight is going to be Game 4 of my 1976 American League Championship Series replay using payoff pitch baseball. Lots more coming about that, but tonight, 6 p.m. Central, come on back to my channel. Payoff pitch baseball, Royals at the Yankees, Game 4. But this morning, we are continuing with my replay of the 1982 White Sox 8-0 start to their season that nobody remembers because of what the Atlanta Braves pulled off in the National League. We are up to game number 4. No, I'm wrong. I lied already. It's game number 3. We're in Boston at Fenway Park. The date is April 12th, 1982. This is the third game of the replay of the 8-game winning streak that the White Sox had at the start of the 82 season. In real life, or as the kids like to say, IRL, the White Sox won this game 3-2. The opposing pitchers, a couple of right-handers, Richard Dotson going for Tony La Russa's Chicago White Sox, and he will be opposed by Mike Torrez for the Major, Ralph Houck's 1982 Boston Red Sox. We are using Pine Tar Baseball today. And I will put the link for Pine Tar Baseball in the description for this video in case you want to check that out. If you have questions about Pine Tar or you're looking for other products, send me an email. I will put that in the description for this video as well. In our replay, as you know, because I'm sure you've been paying attention, the White Sox are 1-1. They lost, what they did, they split an opening day doubleheader due to inclement weather in New York. An opening day doubleheader was scheduled, and in real life, they swept it. In my replay, they split it, so we already messed up the 8-0 start. But let's see how close they can get to that. That's what we're doing today. We are using the as-played lineups, my friends, because if we don't, heads explode all over this great land of ours. So, with all that, let's get to today's starting lineups. April 12th, 1982, White Sox at the Red Sox, Game 3. And don't forget that in the description for this video will go a link to channel membership. With channel membership, you get access to members-only exclusive videos, discounts on the secondary store, and a free gift from me every month in the form of PDFs that I create for different cards and dice sims. Great, great value. Check that out in the video description below. Now it's time for starting lineups. For Tony La Russa's White Sox, leading off in center, it's Ron LaFleur. Batting second at second base, Tony Bernazard. Batting third and left, Steve Kemp. Batting fourth, the DH, Greg Luzinski. Tom Paciorek bats fifth. He is at first base. Harold Baines bats sixth. He's in right. Carlton Fisk bats seventh. He's the catcher. Jim Morrison bats eighth. He will play third. And Billy Allman plays short. He'll bat ninth. On the mound is Richard Dotson. His away pitching grades are C the first 2 times through the order. He drops to a G after that. He has a walk modifier on 77. He can give you 6 innings and more if it's going well for him. For the majors, Boston Red Sox, Ralph Houck sends these boys out onto the field. Jerry Remy leads off at second. Dwight Evans bats second and right. Jimmy Rice bats third and left. Carl Yastrzemski bats fourth. He's the DH. Carney Lansford bats fifth. He'll be at third. Dave Stapleton bats sixth. He's at first. Glenn Hoffman bats sixth. He's the shortstop. He's bats seventh. He's the shortstop. I'll get it out. Don't worry. Rich Gedman bats eighth. He's catching. And Rick Miller bats ninth. He is in center field. Mike Torrez at home in 1982 is a C-grade pitcher. He remains a C the third time and subsequent times through the order. He has walk modifiers on 55 and 77. He can go 6 innings and more if it's going well for him. All right, Ron LaFleur all set to lead it off. And here we go with the first pitch from Mike Torrez. And this one is, well, we got to do a pitcher modifier check right away. It's a walk, but Torrez is a C. And that will become a base hit for Ron LaFleur to start the game. Here comes Tony Bernazard. Torrez the stretch, and the pitch to the White Sox second baseman is hit in the air to right. Dwight Evans is under it, and he's got it for out number one. Retreating to first is LaFleur. And now it's Kemp, Steve Kemp. And we're going to have a defense check. See if he gets a hit first. He does. So let's see if that gets changed. It is a 32 on the roll. That's to second. Does Jerry Remy make the play on this? And he does not. It gets by him into center field. Around second goes LaFleur. He's going to go to third. White Sox have runners at the corners with one out in the top of the first for the bowl. Greg Luzinski coming to the plate. And the Red Sox are going to play their infield at double play depth. Torrez, the stretch, and the pitch to the bowl. Little jam job looper into left. It's going to drop for a base hit. Scoring is LaFleur. It's 1-0 White Sox. Let's see if Kemp goes to third. He does go to third as Jim Rice's throw comes into second base. One in for the White Sox, and they replace the runners at first and third. Kemp at third now, Luzinski at first, and here's Paciorek. Mike Torrez in first inning trouble. Double play depth for the Red Sox infield, and the delivery to Paciorek is a line drive caught by Remy. 2 down, and Baines comes to the plate. The stretch by Torrez, and this one is hit to center. Gonna get to the kitchen. Oh my God, it's a wrench check. Rick Miller is not going to get there. It's going to drop for a base hit. Luzinski will stop at second. It's 2-0 White Sox. Baines delivers Kemp with run number 2 in the inning, and here's Fisk. Torrez the stretch, and the pitch to Carlton Fisk is a ground ball hit to Hoffman at short. He's going to go the short way to Remy, and that will retire the White Sox in inning number 1. But they get 2 on 4 hits, and they leave 2. We go to the bottom of the first. White Sox 2, and the Red Sox coming to bat. Remy, Evans, and Rice coming up in the bottom of the first. Richard Dotson kicks and deals. Ground ball hit to Allman at short. Allman throws to Paciorek, and there's 1 down in the Red Sox first. Here's Evans. Dotson kicks and deals. Dwight Evans strikes out on a Dotson heater. 2 down in the first, and now it's Rice. Yastrzemski would be next. Richard Dotson winds and delivers. This is a ball 4, and that's going to change to a base hit for Rice. Through the middle, LaFleur collects it and throws it back in, and that will indeed bring up Carl Yastrzemski with 2 outs and Rice at first. Lansford now would be next. The pitch from Dotson. Swung on by Yaz and hit to left, into left center. Kemp is going to be there for out number 3. We've got 1 in the books, and it's White Sox 2, Red Sox nothing. Coming up against Mike Torrez in the top of the second is Morrison, Allman, and LaFleur. 8-9-1 for Tony La Russa. The wind and the delivery by Torrez. And Morrison draws a walk. And no, Morrison hits a base hit. Drops in front of Rick Miller. That will bring up Billy Allman. The stretch by Torrez and the pitch to Allman is swung on and hit to left. Rice under it makes the catch for out number 1. Retreating to first is Morrison. And here's LaFleur. Torrez the stretch and the pitch to Ron LaFleur is a ground ball hit to Stapleton at first. Stapleton turns and fires to Hoffman for 1. The relay back to Stapleton is late. LaFleur beats the wrap. Morrison is retired 3-6. LaFleur is safe on the fielder's choice. 2 outs now for Bernazar. Torrez the stretch and the pitch to Tony. Ground ball hit to Lansford at third. Carney gloves it to his left. Fires to Stapleton at first, and that will retire the White Sox in inning number 2. They get a base hit, but they get nothing out of it. We go to the bottom of 2, and it's the White Sox 2 and the Red Sox nothing. Lansford, Stapleton, Hoffman coming up in the Red Sox second. Richard Dotson kicks and deals. Fly ball hit to center. Ron LaFleur back a few steps, but he's got room and makes the catch for out number 1. Dave Stapleton up there now. The pitch from Dotson, and there's a base hit to left for Stapleton. Steve Kemp gets it back in. 1 on, 1 out for the Red Sox in the second. Dotson the stretch and the pitch to Hoffman. He walks Hoffman, and there's 2 on for Boston with 1 out in the second. That'll bring up the catcher, young Rich Gedman. The stretch by Dotson, the pitch to Gedman is ball 4. The bases are loaded with Red Sox. Some wildness by Richard Dotson. And Miller comes up with 1 man out. The White Sox are playing at double play depth. The stretch by Dotson. The delivery to Miller is swung on and hit in the air to right. Baines over by the foul line is going to make the catch. Tagging at third is Stapleton. Here comes Harold's throw home. And Stapleton will score on the sacrifice fly by Rick Miller. 2-1 White Sox. Hoffman holds at second. Gedman holds at first. 2 outs now for Remy. Dotson the stretch. The pitch to Remy is swung on and bounced to Bernazard at second. He gloves it, throws to Pachorik, and the Red Sox are done in the second. They get a run on 1 hit. They leave 2. Say it with me. Oh, those bases on balls. We go to the third. It's the White Sox 2 and the Red Sox 1. Kemp, Luzinski, and Pachorik, the meat of Tony La Russa's order coming up in the top of the third. Torrez kicks and deals. And this is drilled by Kemp, and it's going to be trouble. Down the left field line, it's going to rattle around in the corner. Rice has to go get it. Around first comes Kemp. He's going to cruise into second with a leadoff double in the third. Now it's the Bull. Torrez, the stretch, and the pitch to the Bull. Ground ball hit to Lansford at third. Carney checks Kemp at second and fires to Stapleton at first for out number 1. Paciorek is 0 for 1. He's up there now. Torrez deals to him. Ground ball hit to Lansford one more time. Carney to his left. Fires to Stapleton. 2 down. Now it's Baines who hit an RBI single in the first. The stretch by Torrez and the pitch to Harold. Ground ball to Remy. Jerry gloves it, cuts it off from going into right field, plants and throws to Stapleton, and the White Sox are done in the third. Another leadoff base runner goes to waste for the White Sox. We go to the bottom of the third, and your scores: Chicago 2 and Boston 1. Evans, Rice, and Yaz coming up in the third. The pitch from Dotson is a ground ball hit to Allman at short. Allman charges, throws on the run to Paciorek, and there's 1 down in the Boston third. Now it's Rice. Dotson kicks and deals. Rice hits a comebacker to Dotson. He takes a couple steps toward Paciorek, throws him the ball, and there's 2 away in the Red Sox third. Now it's Yaz. 0 for 1 for Yaz today. The swing and the fly ball to left. Coming on is Kemp, and he's got it for out number 3. That is Dotson's first 1-2-3 inning on the day. We go to the fourth, and it's Chicago 2 and Boston 1. Fisk, Morrison, and Allman coming up in the White Sox fourth. Torrez kicks and deals, and Fisk hits it to left and deep. Back goes Rice. Warning track. It's on over the monster for a solo home run for Carlton Fisk. 3-1 White Sox. Torrez shaking his head on the mound. Now it's Morrison. Morrison's 1 for 1. He swings and hits one to left. Can of corn for Rice. 1 away, in the top of the fourth. Torrez now deals to the 0 for 1 Billy Allman. Allman swings and hits a one-hopper to Jerry Remy. He throws to Stapleton for out number 2. Ron LaFleur up there now. He's 1 for 2. Torrez winds and deals, and that is ball 4 to Ron LaFleur. Well, kind of tempting to send him. Let's see if we can. Yes, we can. I'm going to send him. Bernazard up there now. The stretch by Torrez, the pitch, and there goes LaFleur. Bernazard takes the pitch. The throw from Gedman down to Jerry Remy is in time, and they gun down Ron LaFleur trying to steal. That will end the White Sox fourth. But in the fourth, they get another run on a home run by Fisk. We go to the bottom of the fourth, and your score is Chicago 3 and Boston 1. Lansford, Stapleton, and Hoffman coming up for the major. Ralph Houck in the bottom of the fourth. The pitch to Lansford is swung on and drilled. This one is going to be off the monster. Kemp has to run it down. Lansford around first. He'll go into second with a leadoff double in the bottom of the fourth. Stapleton. Dotson the stretch, and the pitch to him is a ground ball, but we have a modifier table check, and that is going to be a ground ball that is hit to Bernazard at second. He gloves it, throws to Paciorek. That will advance Lansford to third with 1 out and bring up Glenn Hoffman, the shortstop. White Sox will play back. The stretch by Dotson and the delivery. Swung on by Hoffman and hit to right. Baines is under it. Tagging is Lansford. Here comes the throw from Harold. And it's a bluff move. Lansford holds on at third. Baines with a one-hop throw to Fisk, and it's a good thing that Lansford held because he would have been a dead duck. Now it's Gedman. Lansford still at third. The stretch by Dotson in the delivery, and hey, struck out Gedman with high cheese. Second strikeout for Dotson gets him out of the fourth inning. We go to the fifth with your score. The White Sox 3 and the Red Sox 1. Bernazard, Kemp, and Luzinski coming up in the Chicago fifth. Bernazard was at the plate when the floor was thrown out stealing to end the fourth. Torrez winds and deals, and Bernazard with a base hit. He's going oppo. It drops in front of Jim Rice, and another leadoff man on for the White Sox. Kemp at the plate. Double play depth for the Red Sox infield. The stretch by Torrez and the delivery. And we'll have a defense check. Let's see where this goes. Here we go. 24 is to right. Let's see if Dwight Evans is going to get there before it drops for a base hit. No, he will not get there. It does drop for a single. Bernazard stops at second. Two are on for the White Sox, and here comes the bull. Well, I think that's going to get action going in the Red Sox bullpen. And Ralph Houck in 1982, and don't ask me why I remember this, but he was very well known for having a team bullpen concept. So, Luis Aponte starts to throw, a right-hander in the bullpen for Ralph Houck. Coming to the plate is the bull. It's Bernazard at second, Kemp at first. Nobody out in the fifth. Luzinski, the batter. Torrez, the stretch, and the pitch to the bull is swung on, and this is going to be a base hit into left center. Bernazard is around third. Jimmy Leland is going to wave him home, the third base coach. He will score. Kemp is going to third. Luzinski drives in run number 4 against Torrez. The Sox have runners at the corners with nobody out, and here's Pachorik. Well, it's 4-1. It's the top of the fifth. There's runners at the corners. So I'm going to have the Red Sox play the corners in and the middle of the infield at double play depth. Torrez, the stretch. This may be his last batter. The pitch is swung on and hit to center. Rick Miller is going to make the catch. Tagging at third is Kemp. And Steve Kemp is sliding and safe at the plate. A sacrifice fly for Pachorik. It's 5-1 White Sox, and now Baines with Luzinski still at first. The stretch by Torrez, the delivery to Baines is a fly ball to center. Back a few steps is Miller, but he's got room and makes the catch for out number 2. Carlton Fisk is up there now. He's 0 for 1. The stretch by Torrez and the pitch to Fisk is a fly ball to center. Into left center is Rick Miller. He's going to tie a record held by many and make all 3 putouts in the inning. But in the fifth, the White Sox get 2 more runs on 3 hits. They leave 1. We're halfway through this one, and your score is Chicago 5 and Boston 1. Miller, Remy, and Evans, 9-1-2, coming in the Boston 5th inning. Dotson winds and deals, and there's a base hit for Rick Miller. It goes to center field. Ron LaFleur collects it and gets it back in, and the Red Sox have something going here in the 5th. Dotson the stretch, the pitch to Remy. Swung on by Jerry and bounced to Pechoric at first. Tommy goes to Allman for 1, and the relay back to Pechoric is late. Remy beats the wrap at first. Miller's retired 3-6. Remy safe on the fielder's choice, and here's Dwight Evans. Jim Rice is in the on-deck circle. The stretch by Dotson and the delivery to Evans. Swung on and hit to third. Morrison gloves it. He goes to Bernazard for 1. Tony's relay to first is late. Evans beats the wrap. Remy is out 5-4. Evans safe on a fielder's choice. 2 outs now. And here's Jim Rice. Carl Yastrzemski would be next. Dotson, the stretch, the delivery to Rice is a base hit for Jim to center field. Evans will stop at second. 2 are on with 2 outs now for Yaz. Carney Lansford would be next. The stretch by Dotson and the pitch to Yaz is ball 4. He walked him. More wildness from Richard Dotson has loaded the bases. Carney Lansford becomes the tying run at the plate, but there are 2 outs. Stirring in the White Sox bullpen, but nobody's throwing yet. Lansford's 1 for 2. The stretch by Dotson. Evans at third. Rice at second. Yaz at first. The pitch. Swung on by Lansford. Hit to center. Round the floor into right center. Makes a nice running catch for out number 3. Dotson escapes disaster in the 5th. We go to the 6th inning, and your score, Chicago 5 and Boston 1. Torrez is going to start the inning, but Luis Aponte is ready in the Red Sox bullpen. It'll be Morrison, Allman, and LaFleur in the 6th. Torrez kicks and deals. Base hit for Jim Morrison. And this will remain a base hit on the modifier table. Leadoff single for the White Sox third baseman. Here's Billy Allman. Well, 1 run looks kind of big here. So the stretch by Torrez, the pitch to Allman. He does square to bunt, and it's not a good one. It is definitely not a good one. It is bunted right back to Torrez. He spins and fires to Hoffman covering, and they get Morrison. They force Morrison at second. Allman is safe on the fielder's choice. Bad bunt, and here is LaFleur. Torrez the stretch and the pitch to the White Sox center fielder. We're going to have an error check. All right. Need another D10 here. Time up. All right, here we go with the error check. A 77 is a check for Jim Rice. And a 3. Let's see if Rice makes the catch. His error number is a 6. And Rice drops the ball. So it's going to be a 2-base error on the Red Sox left fielder. Going to third is Allman. And the White Sox are in great shape here in the 6th. That's going to bring out the major, and that's going to do it for Mike Torrez. Even though that one wasn't really his fault, it's going to end his evening. Torrez goes 5 1/3 innings. He allows 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11 base hits. He walked none. He struck out none. And He's allowed 5 runs. They're all earned, and 2 more are his responsibility on the bases. He can lose this game. He cannot win it. Luis Aponte is coming in. He was kind of a long man, middle man for the Red Sox. At home, he is a B-grade pitcher. He has no strikeout or walk modifiers. He can give you 2 innings, and he is a right-hander. He's facing Bernazard, and the Red Sox, down 5-1, are going to move their infield in right now at all 4 spots. The stretch by Aponte and the delivery. And this is going to be a modifier check. A 0-0, so that's going to be hit to right and deep unless it's... No, we're going to change that on the modifier chart to a base hit for Bernazard. So, scoring is Allman at 6-1. LaFleur is going to score 7-1. It's a 2-run single for Tony Bernazard, and that extends the White Sox lead to 6 runs. Now it's Kemp. Kemp is 3 for 3. The stretch by Aponte and the delivery. This will be a modifier check. A strikeout, and that will remain a strikeout. 2 down in the White Sox 6th. Now Luzinski. Greg is 2 for 3. On deck is Pachorik. The stretch from Aponte is ball 2. The next delivery is hit in the air to left. Rice under it by the foul line will make the catch for out number 3. But the White Sox take advantage of bad Red Sox defense and score 2. On 2 hits, they leave 1. We go to the bottom of the 6th, and your score. Chicago 7 and Boston 1. Stapleton, Hoffman, and Gedman coming up in the bottom of the 6th against Dotson. The wind and the delivery to Stapleton is swung on and grounded to Allman at short. He's up with it and throws to Pachorik for out number 1. Glenn Hoffman now. He's 0 for 1. The pitch to him is drilled for a base hit by Glenn Hoffman. Goes to center field. LaFleur takes it on a hop and gets it back in. 1 on, 1 out for the Red Sox. And here is Gedman. Dotson the stretch. The pitch to Getty is a base hit. And Hoffman, it goes to center. And Hoffman is around second. He's heading to third. There's going to be Red Sox at the corners, first and third, with 1 out. Rick Miller comes to the plate. Now there's action starting in the White Sox bullpen. And that is going to be Ernesto Escarrega. A right-hander starts to throw. The White Sox are going to play their infield at double play depth for Miller. The stretch and the delivery to the Red Sox center fielder, and he walks Miller. Bases are loaded with Red Sox now for Jerry Remy, and that is walk number 4 in 5 1/3 innings for Richard Dotson. Now it's Remy. Infield still at double play depth. Jerry is 0 for 3. Dwight Evans on deck. The pitch by Dotson and a base hit for Remy. It's a jam job. Dying Quail drops into center in front of Ron LaFleur. Scoring is Hoffman. It's 7-2 White Sox. Gedman goes to third. Miller stops at second, and the bases remain loaded. Here's Evans. Dotson the stretch. The pitch to Evans is ball 4. Let's see. That is ball 4. He walked in a run. 7-3 White Sox as Gedman scores. Miller goes to third. Remy goes to second. Evans trots down to first, and here comes Rice. He represents the potential tying run in this game, and that's going to do it for Richard Dotson. Dotson goes 5 1/3 innings. He allows 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 hits, 6, 7 hits. He walked 5 in 5 1/3 innings. He struck out 2. And he can win this game, but he could also get a no decision. Ernesto Escarrega on the road is a C-grade pitcher. He has no strikeout or walk modifiers, and he can give you 2 innings. Warming up behind him for Tony La Russa are Kevin Hickey and Dennis Lamp, as La Russa tries to stop the bleeding. Only one man out. Rice, a famous double play target. Escarrega, the stretch, and the delivery to Jim. And it's ball 4. He walks in, another run. White Sox pitching falling apart. It is now 7-4. Yastrzemski comes to the plate. He is the potential go-ahead run. He's 0 for 2. Escarrega, the stretch, the pitch to Yaz. Swung on by Yastrzemski. It's hit to Allman at short. Allman gloves it. Goes to Bernazard for 1. The relay to Pachorik is late. Yastrzemski beats the wrap at first. Scoring from third is Remy. It's 7-5 now. Evans goes to third. Rice is eliminated. 6-4, and Yaz is on at first. So there's Red Sox at the corners. 2 outs now for Lansford. 7-5 ball game. Carney's 1 for 3. The pitch. Swung on by Lansford and hit to center. Back a few steps is LaFleur. He will have room, and he does make the catch for out number 3. But in the 6th, the Red Sox get back in it with 4 runs on just 3 base hits, and they leave 2. Say it with me. Oh, those bases on balls. We go to the 7th, and we have a game again. It's the White Sox 7 and the Red Sox 5. Aponte will come out for his first full inning of work and face Pachorik, Baines, and Fisk. All right, the White Sox have more work to do. The pitch to Pachorik is swung on by Tommy and hit to left. Coming in is Rice, and he's got it for out number 1. Here's Harold Baines. Aponte kicks and deals. Baines hits one to left. Rice one more time. Has it for out number 2. Carlton Fisk at the plate. He's 1 for 3. The pitch from Aponte. He hits it to left. This will be a chance for Rice to tie a record held by many, and he does for out number 3. Time to stretch him out in Boston with no sign of Neil Diamond or Sweet Caroline. Your score is Chicago 7 and Boston 5. Stapleton, Hoffman, Gedman, 6, 7, 8 coming up for Boston in the 7th. Escarrega winds and deals. This is swung on by Stapleton and bounced to Bernazard at second. Tony gloves it, throws to Pachorik, and there's 1 down in the 7th inning. Glenn Hoffman now. The wind by Escarrega, and the pitch to Hoffman is swung on, and that's going to be a base hit to left. Kemp gets it and throws it back in. That'll bring the tying run to the plate in the person of Rich Gedman. 7-5 game. Miller on deck. Escarrega the stretch and the pitch, and this will be another modifier check. And hit to Pachorik at first. Tom gloves it, goes to Allman for 1. The relay back to Pachorik is in time for a soul-crushing rally-killing 3-6-3 double play turned by the White Sox, and boy, did they need it. We go to the 8th, and your score is Chicago 7 and Boston 5. We're going to get a new Red Sox pitcher. It's going to be the Steamer. Red Sox think they can win this game. He is an A pitcher at home. He has no strikeout or walk modifiers, and he can go 4 innings. Bob Stanley gobbled up the innings in 1982. He'll face Morrison, Allman, and LaFleur in the White Sox 8th. Stanley deals to Jim Morrison, and it's a ground ball hit to Remy at second. He throws to Stapleton, and there's one down in the White Sox 8th. Here's Billy Allman. 0 for 3 for Allman today. The pitch is ball 4. He walks Allman. 1 on, 1 out for the White Sox. And that'll bring up Ron LaFleur. Well, Allman could run a little bit, and Gedman's a +9. So they're going to send him. Stanley the stretch and the pitch. There goes Allman. LaFleur takes it. The throwdown from Gedman to Remy is not in time. Allman steals second. He's in scoring position with 1 out. LaFleur down in the count now, 0-1. The delivery from Stanley is swung on and hit to center by Ron LaFleur. Rick Miller coming on, and he's got it for out number 2. Let's see if Allman is going to tag and try for third. Yeah, I think he might. Let's see if he goes. And he will hold. All right. Here's Bernazard. The stretch by Stanley. Kemp would be next. The pitch to Tony is strike 3 swinging. He got him on a sinker, and that will retire the side in the White Sox 8th. We go to the bottom of the 8th, and your score, Chicago 7, Boston 5. New White Sox pitcher coming on. It's Kevin Hickey, the left-hander. He's a D-grade pitcher on the road. He has a walk modifier on 77. He can go an inning. And he has Miller, Remy, and Evans in his future. Dennis Lamp continues to throw in the White Sox bullpen. And he is joined by Salome Barojas. A couple of righties throwing now for the White Sox. And it'll be Miller. Now, they could go to the bench. And I think they're going to. Reed Nichols is going to bat for Rick Miller. So that will eliminate the platoon advantage. Nichols will, in all probability, take over in center field after the inning. Kevin Hickey winds and deals to the pinch-hitting Nichols, and this one is hit in the air to left. Is Steve Kemp going to get there? No, he's not. It's going to drop on the range check for a base hit. Leadoff single for the Red Sox in the 8th. Here's Remy. Well, could hit for Remy here. Let's see who the second base options look like for the Red Sox. Oh, they got Marty Barrett. I'm going to wait. I'm going to let Remy bat. Lefty-lefty matchup. Hickey the stretch. The delivery is swung on by Remy and hit to center. Coming in a few steps is LaFleur. He's got it For out number 1, retreating to first is Nichols, and that'll bring up Dwight Evans, and that's going to bring out Tony La Russa. So Hickey goes a third of an inning. And here comes Barojas. Looking for a 5-out save. Salome is a B-grade pitcher on the road with walk modifiers on 55 and 77. He can give you 2 innings. Nichols at first, 1 man out. Dwight Evans at the plate. He's the tying run. Jim Rice on deck. The stretch by Salome and the delivery is ball 2. Next pitch, swung on by Evans and hit to Allman at short. Allman gloves it. His only play is going to be to first, and they retire Evans as Nichols moves to second base. That'll bring up Rice. Carl Yastrzemski would be next. Barojas the stretch and the pitch to Rice. Swung on and hit to Allman at short. He charges, throws on the run to Paciorek, and they get Rice at first, and that will retire the Red Sox in the 8th. They strand a man. We go to the 9th, and your score, Chicago 7 and Boston 5. In the White Sox 9th, it's Kemp, Luzinski, and Paciorek coming up against Bob Stanley, the Steamer. The pitch to Kemp. Swung on and hit to third. Carney Lansford gobbles it up to his left and fires to Dave Stapleton for out number 1. Greg Luzinski is 2 for 4. He's up there now. Stanley deals to him. Hey, struck him out on another Bob Stanley sinker. And there's 2 down in the 9th, and that'll bring up Paciorek. Tommy is 0 for 3. Baines would be next. Stanley deals. And this is going to be a fly ball to center. Coming on is new center fielder Reed Nichols, and he's got it for out number 3 on the modifier table. We go to the bottom of the 9th. With your score, the White Sox 7 and the Red Sox 5. It's Yastrzemski, Lansford, and Stapleton scheduled against White Sox closer Salome Barojas. The pitch to Yaz. Swung on by Yastrzemski and hit to center. This drives LaFleur back into the triangle, and he's got it for out number 1. 1 more biscuit for breakfast, and Yaz rides that one out of here, but no. Here's Lansford, 1 for 4. Barojas deals to him. Ground ball hit to Morrison at third. He gloves it by the third base bag and fires across the diamond for out number 2. Dave Stapleton's 1 for 4. He's up there now. The pitch, he's the last chance saloon as well. Glenn Hoffman would be next. The pitch from Barojas to Stapleton is swung on and hit to Allman at short. He's up with it. Throws to Paciorek, and the White Sox win it 7-5. Let's give you the totals on this one. For the visiting and victorious 1982 Chicago White Sox, 7 runs. 10 base, well, let's recount that. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12 base hits. And they committed no errors. For the homestanding Red Sox, 5 runs on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 base hits, and they committed 1 costly error. The winning pitcher is Richard Dotson. He is 1-0 on our replay. Mike Torrez takes the loss. The save goes to Salome Barojas. I believe that is his first. It is. In case you're wondering, the Red Sox drew 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 bases on balls, 6 bases on balls in the game. off of Richard Dotson. I think I said before there were, well, let's recount. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 5 off Dotson, 1 off Escarrega. So the Red Sox certainly had chances to win this game. With the victory, the White Sox in their first 3 games are now 2-1. They were undefeated, of course, at this point in real life. Our next game will be in Boston against the Red Sox. It'll replay our game from April 14th, 1982. The pitching matchup in that one will be Steve Trout against Chuck Rainey, 2 future Cubs. Actually, the next season, they would both be Cubs. I hope you'll join me for that one. But tonight, don't forget, we've got Payoff Pitch Baseball. It's Game 4 of our 1976 American League Championship Series replay, with the Royals leading the replay 2-1. So they can close that out tonight with a victory. But the Yankees will have something to say about that, I'm quite sure. That will be at 6 Central. Have a happy and safe holiday. Hope you're doing well. For now, your final from Fenway Park in Boston, the White Sox 7, the Red Sox 5, and we'll see you tonight. So long, everybody.